What's good, YouTube? My name is Alex, and this is True to Football and True to You. Today I'm gonna bring you guys my 2013 NFL season week 12 preview video. We at 101 to 61 right now, total record I mean. And that's pretty good, still have to get better though. Last week 10 and 5. I did a good job on games like Panthers, Patriots, Giants, Packers, and even Eagles, Redskins. A lot of people stumbled on these games, but I did a bad job on, you look at Bills, Jets. I mean, I went with the Jets, that's horrible. I should have known, divisional game, Jets inconsistent, they're probably going to turn it over that game. I was shaking my head, stupid decision, but even more stupid was the decision to go with the Falcons. I mean, I couldn't find a reason afterwards why I went with the Falcons. It must be just stupid biased opinions, thinking the Buccaneers didn't have a running back. Yeah, Bobby Rainey surprised a lot of people, but right now it looks like everybody can run on this team, this Falcons defense. It's crazy, but speaking about the Falcons, we look at Thursday Night Football, Saints against Falcons. Falcons play at home, but their home field advantage is gone in my opinion. For this year, what is going wrong with the Falcons? They obviously can't tackle anymore on defense. I started to think about what has this to do with Steven Jackson. You look at the Rams, weren't able to really tackle guys when Steven Jackson was on their team, Now obviously, yeah, it's Jeff Fisher and new defense and new guys, but now Steven Jackson is on the Falcons. Maybe they have that mentality, yeah, we can miss tackles in practice. In the game it's going to be easier. It would be absolutely, crazy, but I mean, I really can't explain why the Falcons have such a big letdown this year. They are absolutely horrible. They were expected to be a playoff team, and they didn't really lose any key guys. Roddy White and Julio Jones obviously on offense. They're not scoring, yeah, because O-line also, a little bit shaky, but the defense is, that's just horrible. Can't explain it, really. For this matchup, you definitely just look at the Saints being a high-power offense, and they could even take advantage of that ground game. They have multiple backs, they can run it. Mark Ingram, finally showed up a little bit 2 weeks ago. I mean, they have so many weapons on offense, and this defense, it's solid. It's good enough to slow down the Falcons, and in the end, it will be just, the better team win. It's prime time, and you gotta go with the Saints. They're making a run for a bye week. I think they could get it, so, go with the Saints. Panthers against Dolphins. If you look at the Panthers, I don't know why people don't go with the Panthers. I mean, I've been saying that since last year. I've been one of the guys, following the Panthers really heavy. That's because I'm a Cam Newton fan, but you look at this defense, it's just a really great defense in my opinion with Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly has similar impact than Sean Lee to the Cowboys defense, key middle linebacker, reads the game, makes every tackle, chases down the play. you can build around that. And obviously the Panthers drafted well, making the middle, the D-line, especially defensive tackle position, a lot better. And they got John Johnson on the outside. The defense, you see the parts, fit together like a puzzle. It's just that this defense is one of the best defenses in the league. You have to know that. And the Dolphins' offense, in my opinion, is terrible. I'm not a fan of Ryan Tannehill at all. I don't think the Dolphins have a starting running back or so. And also, I think Mike Wallace is overpaid. He's, he drops balls. He's way too inconsistent. You look at the stats: 31st in offense. And third in defense. You expect the Dolphins to score maybe 3 points or maybe 10, but I just think the Panthers have right now have the confidence. They can have something to feed off from. They can really get that streak going. Definitely they will make the playoffs this year. I already believe that this is out of question. The Panthers, they have that going right now. They're going to win this game too. Bears at Rams, that's more quick. I thought about going with the Rams here because the Rams obviously showed something against the Colts. I was saying I go with the Colts because of Andrew Luck. I expect this to be a close game. Wasn't even a close game. Rams won by 20 points. This week, I don't expect it to be similar because the Bears run a total different defense. I think it will be a close game though, but the Rams won't score a lot, I believe, on the Bears because the Bears defense will ask a lot from this Rams offense. I think they can cover these guys, Austin, Cook, even Brian Quick. The key for the Bears is stop that running game, stop Zach Stacy. He's a good guy. He's really good for the Rams. On the other side, I believe the Bears can score enough. So I believe in the end they will just pull away. I want to say. Jags at Texans. I'm sorry. it's an easy one in my opinion. You gotta go with the Texans here. Texans not going to lose against the Jags. It's easy because you look at Jags' horrible offense, obviously last in the NFL, and the first-ranked defense in the NFL if it's about yards. I mean, they're not that good in red zone, and they give up turnovers and also don't get a lot of. But it's just like you don't expect this Texans team who kind of has been just, you know, bad finishing games. Not really. Statistically, you look at this team, you know, they should be about 500, but they are 2-8. That's crazy. I don't think they will lose to the Jags. That would be absolutely crazy, in my opinion. Never would expect that. That would be like Jags won against the Broncos. Similar though. Jags just don't have the firepower on offense to be the Texans, in my opinion. Chargers at Chiefs. You can look at that game like the Chiefs are being very consistent. And the defense, in my opinion, is underrated still. People don't give them the credit they deserve. This defense is really great. Definitely a top 5 defense in the NFL. And Jags are just the Chargers are just way too inconsistent to beat, you know, in my opinion, a possible Super Bowl contender. If the Chiefs keep on doing what they do, they you know, you never know what happened, but they are already the playoffs, and it's just like the Chiefs not going to lose a division game, you know, at home. You go with the better defense here. You go with a more consistent team. It just looks like, you know, right now it's about time where teams, you know, set the stones, the foundation for their playoffs. But like Chiefs obviously wanting a bye week, and it's like, you know, you don't go with the Chargers here. They shocked me last week. I was confident in the Chargers, you know, winning against the Dolphins, but they're so inconsistent. You never know when they will show up. You really can't tell when Rivers or, you know, when Matthews, when they not turn it over. And the Chiefs are just way too consistent, so I expect, you know, good things from them and not so good from the Chargers. Gotta go with the better team. Vikings against Packers, that's the upset pick in my opinion. Well, in pretty much everybody's opinion. Vikings will ground and pound it on the Packers. You know, they didn't do that in the first game against the Packers, and I believe they saw why they lost. And Adrian Peterson is one of these guys, you know, rematch. Packers, obviously the rivalry. He will, you know, as always, give his best shot. And the Packers, you know, last time they played with Aaron Rodgers, and it wasn't that, you know, obviously, I mean, I believe 10 points or so. It wasn't really a big win by the Packers. So even though you say, you know, past games don't count, but I believe the Vikings really have an advantage here in the ground game. All they gotta do is just, you know, kind of stop Eddie Lacy, in my opinion, because the Packers if you look at the last 3 games with Tolson, you know, that they didn't score, especially in the red zone. I mean, they were just able to, you know, give the ball to, I believe, you know, most times it was Lacy, sometimes they couldn't. They were able to make plays to get down the field, but in the end they didn't score a lot of points for the kicker. If you not yet have Crosby on your fantasy team. But yeah, as I said, this game, it's just like the Vikings maybe going to control the game, and I like how this offense played the last 2 weeks. I believe they also can attack the Packers in the air, and I just think the weakness of the Vikings, the bad secondary, won't show up this week that much, so the Vikings should look like a good team this week. Jets against Ravens. In my opinion, that's the easy one because the Jets sucked last week, and what you saw last week was just so terrible from Geno Smith. The Ravens finally, like I said, were able to get the ground game going, and that's key. If you get Ray Rice going, you also can run it on the Jets with, I believe, the first ranked run defense. So do whatever you want as the Ravens. You got home field advantage, and I believe they definitely can win this ball game because they have a balanced offense if they call, you know, good plays, obviously. And the Jets, you know, they're gonna turn it over. The Ravens defense still is pretty good in my opinion. You know, I've been on the Ravens over the last 2 weeks, and not often paid off, but you know, I go for the Ravens again. They have a lot of talent, and the Jets just really turn it over a lot. I believe the Ravens can win this ball game in my opinion. Steelers against Browns. You know, that's another divisional game. Do you expect the Browns to win against the Steelers with the situation they get going on offense? I don't think so. I think the quarterback situation and the running back situation is pretty much messed up. They got receivers to throw the ball to, but you know, Steelers ain't that bad. You know, Ike Taylor got beat obviously by Megatron last week, but you know, that's a different level now. Josh Gordon, you know, obviously a good receiver too. But on the other side, you look at just the Steelers, how they, you know, attack attack things on offense. They go deep down the field, and that opens, you know, some rooms underneath for them. In my opinion, it's just like the Steelers this week will be more successful being, you know, play action game, throwing the ball deep and doing things underneath, and you know they should be balanced this week, even though the Browns have a pretty good defense. I don't think the Browns can win it with that bad of a quarterback at home. Both teams have the same record, and ultimately the Steelers are better. They have also better coaching, and I think just think this will be one of the games where they will find a way to win at the end. I mean, they beat the Lions, so you know they got something going on offense. They can if they want to, and I also think they can beat that Browns defense. And next we got the Bucs against the Lions. You look at the Lions, you know, they should be able to win this game because they have the firepower on offense. You got Megatron against Revis Island this week, key matchup in my opinion. I don't think they can stop Megatron. Nobody really can. I mean, Joe Hayden did a good job. Joe Hayden, obviously good corner. He has the physical, you know, matchup skills, you know, to kind of cover Megatron. Revis is, in my opinion, still the best corner in the league, but Megatron is such a big guy, and you know Detroit has a great air tag, obviously because of Megatron. But key is also Reggie Bush. You know the Lions will be balanced, and I don't think the Buccaneers will be balanced because the Lions can take away the ground game from the Bucs. Bucs had a great ground game last week against the Falcons, but you know they're terrible run defense. And I don't think Bobby Rainey can have a similar game this week. So there will be a lot asked from Mike Lennon, the rookie quarterback for the Bucs. You know, throw it over 50 times. There will be turnovers for the Lions, and you know that adds opportunities for Matt Stafford and this offense to get down the field and score points. And you know that's just the reason why you have to go with the Lions. You see it, Titans against Raiders, another interesting game. You look at the Titans, obviously also the backup quarterback, but you know he's better than Matt McGloin for the Raiders. Ryan Fitzpatrick is inconsistent, but he can throw the ball. And against the bad secondary of the Raiders, you look at a good matchup in my opinion. Also you got CJ2K in the backfield, you know, always good for a big play. And the Raiders are not balanced without Pryor. And you know, as said, they have the bad defense. I don't like going with the road team there, but I also think, you know, the Raiders offense is not that good, so even that, you know, average defense will get turnovers for the Titans. So in the end, I believe just the Titans are a little bit better, and you gotta go with the talent here because you don't expect the Raiders to, you know, win it without any key players right now on offense. Next up, Colts against Cardinals. Cardinals have a pretty tough defense at home, and for the Colts, you know, Reggie Wayne is missing. This offense is inconsistent. I don't like the defense either. I said like the Colts are a good team, especially with Andrew Luck, but way too inconsistent right now. They have, you know, to add key figures to that offense, or at least get Trent Richardson going. I mean, they gave a first round pick for him. He's not bad, obviously, but you know, can't get him going this year. So on the other side, you look at the Cardinals. They found Ellington, you know, a good running back from Clemson. You know, he got his hair ripped out last week, but he's a good running back, and you know they were able to score a lot with Carson Palmer to Michael Floyd last week. You know, this offense is good. They can you know battle with the Colts, and on the other side you just look at the way better defense for the Cardinals. This defense is going to make plays. They're going to get stops, give more chances to that Cardinals offense, and they got home field advantage. And obviously, you know, they have something to feed off from winning streak. They're not bad in my opinion, and the Cardinals really still a way underrated team just because that NFC West is so tough. Yeah, it's just like a game where you expect a very close game, but I don't think the Colts can win that one. You know, they're a losing streak, you know, even though they won last week, you know, their road goes down. You know, I think it will continue obviously. Cowboys against Giants. You look at the Cowboys, 5-5. You know, if they win, they will be again first place in the NFC East. The Giants obviously have to win that game. If the Giants win, both teams have the same record, and it's all even. 5 games left. It's tough, you know. But you look at the Giants. They started 0-6. Now they have 4-6. You know, 4 straight wins. It's a winning streak. But look at the teams they played against. Even last week, you know, against the Packers, they should have won higher in my opinion. And Cowboys come off their bye week, and you know they already beat the Giants this year. Now they play without John Lee, but they will get other key players back. I think they can match up with the Giants very well, and with Marco Murray they have a key element in their offense. if they have a good game plan. For the Cowboys, in my opinion, it's most times about consistency. That comes first point from the coaching staff, calling a good game on offense and on defense. And you know, statistically, the Cowboys have the worst defense allowing yards, especially, you know, they played against Peyton Manning and other good offenses. Yes, it may not look that right, you know, saying they're last, but still they give up a lot of yards. They gotta call a better game. They get turnovers though, and the Giants, you know, produce basically turnover high offense. So you see the matchups there. Giants play at home, but I don't think they can keep that winning streak going. It will be a very close game as always with the Cowboys, but you gotta trust the Cowboys' balance on offense to win this ball game and the defense to make plays when it matters. Next we got the Broncos against the Patriots. Patriots have home field advantage, but in my opinion, it's not a home field advantage for the Patriots. I mean, they have a terrible crowd, and you know, Peyton Manning knows how to throw the ball, you know, at Gillette Stadium, and also the Broncos can be two-dimensional. The Patriots have a terrible run defense, in my opinion, too. Their defense obviously injured a lot, but you look at the way better offense, in my opinion, obviously the first-ranked offense in the NFL, way better offense. At any point of the game they can turn it off, and I also think the Patriots couldn't keep pace because the Broncos overall have just more talent, and you don't expect Tom Brady to pull out some magic, you know, to really keep pace. They're not on point this year. Last year I would have said, man, tight, you know, both teams have the same chance to win this ball game, but this year the Broncos are way better, and it's just like, you know, similar teams, but the Broncos are just better, and you don't go against the Broncos in this game, no way. 49ers at Redskins, that's the Monday Night Football matchup. You look at the 49ers, just simply ground and pound the ball on the Redskins. That's a good matchup for the 49ers. I don't think the Redskins match up well against the 49ers, and you know, if the 49ers don't have stupid turnovers and allow RG3 to come back, or just, you know, keep getting chances, you know, turning the ball over, obviously, I think the 49ers should be in control of this game, even on the road. And I mean, they're just better, obviously the better defense. They won't have many struggles. They just gotta make sure they don't turn it over a lot, you know, sticking to their game plan, ground and pound on the Redskins. You know, in the end they should win this ball game. They're just better, and they have really good matchups. So that's it for this week. I hope you liked my video, I hope you liked my picks. Tell me what you think about them, you know, share your thoughts about the picks. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you like to do. And so, see you all next week. Have a great week, folks.